My dear viewer, my dear listener, welcome to Word TV television network. We are broadcasting to you live from Seattle, Washington, and I'm your host, Bishop Stephen. And I want to welcome you to this new show, Forgive and Reconcile show. I did explain the importance of forgiveness, and this is not just preaching. This is not just biblical speaking, but it's a show that we are doing practically. If you're out there and you have somebody that you know you had issues with, deep issues, or you got a story to tell, you can always write to me on +12538939768, and you can share your story with me, and we're gonna get you reconciled to your partner, maybe a wife, a husband, maybe a family member, maybe a workmate, and we're gonna help you through this. And I said last time that forgiveness, it is giving up the emotional need to punish someone who has mistreated you. Forgiving, we know it's not easy, but you will never have peace in your mind until you do it. Jesus, in the book of Matthew chapter 18 and verse 27, he told the story of the debtor who owed the king a great amount of money. And now it happened that they met with this king, and the king asked him to pay him back his money. But the man begged the king for his leniency. And the king, out of goodness of his heart, he forgave the man's debt. This man then confronted someone who owed him a small debt. And the second man begged him for extra time, but the forgiven man threw him into the debtor's prison. When the king found out what had happened, he punished the man he had forgiven, saying, "Should you not have had compassion on your fellow servant, just as he had pity on you?" So then Jesus said, "So my heavenly Father will also do unto you, if each of you from his heart do not forgive his brother his trespasses." When you refuse to forgive, you not only, twist your own emotions into anger and disappear, you damage your ability to respond to God's forgiveness. And a lot of times is when we forget that we also at some point need to ask forgiveness for those people that we might have wronged. A lot of time is when we sit on God's judgment seat. But forgiveness brings healing. Forgiveness brings healing. When you forgive somebody, there is that healing of your soul and of your mind. The heaviness of the heart leaves you. That is the importance of it. It gives you that inner peace that comes out of it. And most of the time is when we want, because of our pride. Most of the time because of our ego. Most of the time because of each one feeling, no, I ought not to go down and ask for reconciliation. That's when we forget that we all of us need some reconciliation at some point. This first debtor, he begged the king for leniency, to give him more time so that he could look for his money. But when he met somebody who owed him less money, he had no compassion or mercy on him. I pray that we can have that spirit of feeling of letting go. I wish we can have, we can give up that emotions of not forgiving people when they wrong us. Most of the time is when we are filled with revenge. We are filled with an unforgiving spirit. Now, I want to say this. It doesn't matter how many times you're gonna fast. It doesn't matter how long you're gonna pray. As long as you're holding something against your brother and against your sister, and the Bible makes it very clear. It says that if you're going to offer your gift unto the altar, and you remember along the way you have your brother whom you wronged, or you have an issue with him that you have not settled with him, the Bible speaks very clearly that leave your gift on the altar and go and face your brother so that you may be reconciled, so that the unforgiveness may not hinder your prayers unto God. And these are sometimes we forget that of what we need to do. We forget of the responsibility that we needed to take. It's my prayer that as we face this week, you ask God to help you, to grant you that grace. It's my prayer that you ask God, help me, so that I'll be able to forgive my brother, my sister. I'll be able to be reconciled once again, and with your brother. And that way, then the Spirit of God will reign upon your life, and everything that you've done wrong to each other, you reconcile, and then you'll be able to move on with your life. So there are many lessons that we can learn from from even Peter. Remember when he went to Jesus and asked for forgiveness, and he asked Jesus, how many times am I supposed to forgive my brother who wrongs me? And Jesus told Peter, you need to forgive your brother or your sister 70 times 7. And you can forgive as many times as you can. When you ask for forgiveness, it doesn't make you small. It doesn't make you less a man or a woman. It only shows how strong as you are. And as I conclude, I want to quote some words that were said by somebody, that when you are silent, it doesn't mean that you're weak, but it shows that it is strength under control. If I may say with this too, that humility is not weakness, but it is strength under control. It is my prayer that this week you are going to go and face that sister. Go and face that brother. Go and ask him, forgive me. I know I did wrong to you, but forgive me. Let's put this behind us so that we may move forward. Thank you for watching our Forgive and Reconcile show. This is a production of One Word Digital Media, and that entails One Word Miracle Radio and One Word Golden Awards International. We are based in Federal Seattle, Washington, and you can listen our radio station by dialing 563-999-3909, or you can download TuneIn Radio and search One Word Miracle Radio, or you can download our mobile app from Google Play or Play Store. Just search One Word Digital Media and you will be able to listen to One Word Miracle Radio 24/7. Until next time, I'm your host, Bishop Stephen, and I pray that you will sit down and think of that brother, think of that sister, go and face him, and be able to be reconciled with him. God bless you. Shalom.